going on, everybody? Welcome to the Mid-South Sports Report, Race Talk Live. I'm Willie, Captain Slow, and this is Matt.
Hey guys,
What's going on, man?
not too much. How about you?
Uh, man, I don't know.
It was a
Daytona,
wild Daytona.
yeah, I wasn't expecting that either.
No, I thought it'd be a little more tame than that. But when you got one car acting like a bulldozer, well, things can happen.
Bulldozer, yeah. I think he went and stole that tank from that guy in Ohio and just brought it down there. I mean,
Mm.
that was bad. I mean, it was. I don't know. I think we're. What did we come up with? I think we're gonna call him. We got Wreck House, but
Yeah,
actually
but we
Wreck.
can't even call Wreck House because Wreck House got bulldozed.
Yeah, Wreck House got bulldozed. That's a good one. That's a good one. Uh, yeah, that's a good one. So,
It's- can't say
uh,
much else about that. Might as well
no,
get into it here. And
yep. Austin Cindric wins the 500 as a rookie, first 500 for the famous two. Did not know that the two car did not get into victory lane at Daytona for the 500.
yeah,
Man,
and I guarantee. I mean, he would never admit it, but I have to imagine that Keselowski has to be a little bit pissed
oh, no
that he
doubt.
gets out of that car. He has not won his own 500. He
Mm-mm.
gets out of that car. Cindric gets into it, wins 500 with his old car, and he's
Midway
the
through
one that
midway through the race, who do you think? Who did you think was probably going to win that race? Midway through the race,
Blaney.
I was saying Keselowski.
Well, Keselowski could have, I guess. I mean, he almost bulldozed half the field. So
Well, what did Stenhouse say? He was going. You know, he was out there to bulldoze to the win.
no, it
I mean, you
was.
think that? I mean, you
He,
really think that would be more considerate, thinking he's got to fix that? Pay to fix them cars if they get wrecked.
Could be, but I'll tell you this much. Basically, my race, me being interested in the race ended at about lap, what was it, 58?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I got. I'm not trying to take you back, but we're gonna take you back here. Here's the
Ugh.
Blaney
He's
flip
flanked
here.
off that right-hand side. Come off the corner, the car got light exactly like I was talking about. Man, it went over too. I was right. Dang it. A lot of good cars.
I'm gonna tell you
Ugh.
that car went over so easy. I mean, it looked like a car, out of a cereal box. Just over it went. It,
I think it was just because of how the car got hit. And it seems like no matter what NASCAR does, it's like if a car gets sideways like that and somebody hits it in the door, it almost seems like even with the Gen 6 car, they almost always went over.
yeah. I
Like,
mean, you could see in that video, Brad was pushing in the corner and was attached to his bumper coming off. And as you know, I mean, me and you both, we race. The car gets light coming off,
very light. Very
coming
light
off
coming
the
off.
corner, and that's what That's why Bubba come across the radio, Blaney come across the radio. There's 4 or 5 cars, 4 or 5 people that come, on the radio. Do not push me coming off the turn 2 or 4.
Yep.
That was
The car always gets light off the corner. Always. And I don't know what, like, Brad the bulldozer was literally. I've never seen Keselowski race like that in any restrictor plate track, and for whatever reason, it was just like, man, he was.
But one person
Uh,
that probably didn't like because he didn't steal the show was Kyle Busch. Everybody's talking about Keselowski, and when you talk to the
now you're gonna get it because
well, I mean, I'm just saying
you're gonna get it now.
we didn't we didn't talk about we didn't the focus wasn't on Kyle Busch, right? They did talk about him a lot pre-race because he did go out and venture out outside the track and meet fans, which is great. But he wasn't a force to be reckoned with on when it come checker flag time.
Uh, well, it was just the first wreck. 100%. You and I agree was definitely Keselowski's fault.
Yes.
Um, there's no doubt about that. I think Michael's trying to get in there. Willie, you might want to look at that. And it was just kind of like, what in the world? And we watched the wreck, and man, I'll tell you, it was hard for me to watch the 24 car because I'll tell you, he plowed the inside wall.
Marty's got a good point right there. Um, Good possibility, I think, with that. Was that infuser? Is it?
The rear diffuser, I don't think the rear diffuser had anything to do with it. I think it was just, again, for whatever reason, and it seems like it doesn't matter what generation car it's been. It's like if the car gets sideways and gets hit, it seems like that just upsets the car enough that it gets air underneath it. And the problem is what with these new cars, with how they've got that belly pan and everything in them, I think if they get a little bit of air underneath them, that's it. They're going over because all that downforce is going to work the opposite direction.
Well, that diffuser is supposed to prevent, right? Them actually, it's supposed to disturb the air from
It's
the
actually
car
supposed to
behind.
clean the air up going to the car behind them.
Right, right. There's our
There he is.
compadre. Um,
We're just talking about your bulldozing, buddy.
yep. Bulldozing Brad.
Brad bulldozing Keselowski.
Yep. I think there's going to be some more testing that going to go behind the scenes. I mean, we
Well,
saw some part failures.
NASCAR's not going to like that the car flipped over. We already know that.
No,
They're not going to be happy that the car flipped
I
over.
mean, if you saw when he flipped over, it took out the windows.
Yeah.
Only thing that I did not see that we saw last year is when it flipped over, is the roof caved in with Joey's car.
Yeah. Didn't cave in very much with his
They
car.
didn't cave in here. Only thing we
But
saw was windows
at the end of
flying.
the day, though, we have to be honest, though. When you look at that flip compared to a lot of the other flips that we've seen over the years, that was a lot softer rollover than I've seen in a long time.
I still didn't
It
like
it,
the way
it
it got
went
over.
it went over, but it kind of went over and then it flipped back over and then that was it. It was done. See, the thing for me is that when I looked at Joey Logano's wreck in the duel, that was the one where when I saw the car turn and head straight to the fence, I thought if that car was going to flip, that was when it was going to flip because that thing turned dead sideways 90 degrees at 100. I thought if this thing's going to flip, it's going to flip right now. And you know what? It did not flip over at all. It didn't even come off the ground other than when
Yeah,
he hit the fence.
yeah.
So again, I think it's one of those deals where it's just the car contact and everything like that, got a little bit of air underneath it. And just, you know what? The belly pan caught the air because it got up off the ground, and that was it. Way it went.
Yeah, yeah. Marty's agreeing with you. It was a soft rollover. Um, I just didn't like the way it was a soft roller, but I just didn't way it just picked up. Right. I mean, it picked up quick.
Uh, but they all do that. I mean, we're going to see here by far. I'll take that rollover any day compared to the one that we saw in the Xfinity race.
Yeah, that was probably the nastiest one.
That was
Um,
the worst wreck of the weekend.
so wrapping up the Cup race here, was it what you expected going into Daytona?
It was more aggressive than what I was expecting.
100%. I
It was
totally agree.
way more aggressive than what I was expecting. Uh, I'll tell you what, they tore up a lot of cars, and they were all complaining about part shortages and everything like that. Well, guess what? You guys just tore up a whole bunch of them.
Yeah. Yes.
They tore up a whole bunch of them. And Willie, you and I were talking before the show. I'm thinking of cars that probably will never see the racetrack again. Harrison Burton's is probably going to be one because it went over. For good chance that probably the
That's
tub is going to
auto.
be
I think that's automatic. Take it.
damaged on that one. The only other one that I'm a little concerned about, and we didn't have it on the replay, and I wish we could see it, but the 24 car, I'm not 100% sure that one's going to be coming back on the
Yeah,
racetrack
I don't
anytime
see it
soon
coming back.
because
Eh,
that was one of the hardest hits I've seen, front end hits I've seen in a long time at Daytona.
Yeah, it reminded me of a Jeff Gordon wreck at Phoenix.
So, Marty, yes, we're going to talk about this too.
Yeah,
What about the new wheels coming off?
yeah.
Well, we got a nice talk about wheels coming up. So,
Hang on. What they're talking about? This was the first caution of the day.
That, by the way, is a major infraction and will result in a 4-race suspension for the crew chief of that car.
Wow. That's steep.
Me and you was talking about it, Matt. They're only going to run 4 to 6 races.
Yep.
So you basically just
you park the crew chief for the year.
yeah, you park the crew chief, brand new team, and hit with a. I mean, it's a 4-race suspension, but I don't. What's the fine? I mean, that's the thing. I mean, I
It's
didn't
big.
even.
It's not good. It's like a $50,000 fine and 4-race suspension and crew chief. I believe it's crew chief, car chief, and tire changer usually is the ones it's going to hit that you're going to lose. So
I don't have.
Here's my opinion on the wheels coming off. This is just the thing. This is a totally new setup, single lug, everything like that. I'll be honest with you. I do not personally believe that this is a car design NASCAR
No.
safety issue. This boils down to 100% guys are doing these tire changes for the first time with these cars. And you know what? Just not used to getting the wheels on there properly, not used to getting them lugs tightened up properly. And the whole thing is that, Willie and I talked about it. When you're changing 4 tires in 9 seconds.
I don't have the Haley clip, but Haley lost a tire too.
Yep. And everybody's pretty sure that was a loose wheel and it just vibrated and the wheel came apart.
The Skinner. I mean,
the wheel came apart.
I mean, it made the tire come off.
They're aluminum wheels. They're just not as durable as the old steel wheels. I mean, old steel wheel, man, you could pound that thing into the fence and you just keep on going. These things, you're going to pound them into the fence. They ain't going to get going. I mean, wheels definitely were an issue. The other thing that I'm concerned about to a degree is this rear toe link setup in the back of the car. Because it sure didn't seem like it needed a hard hit of any kind for a toe link to fail in the back of the car. I mean, that first wreck, Denny Hamlin was in it, and he was done.
Yeah.
He didn't, to me, I didn't see him like, the old car, in my opinion, yes, he would have had some damage. There's no doubt he would have had some damage. But I don't think that ends his race.
No. It shouldn't have.
You've had also, RCR with the 8 car broke a toe link in the pack.
Yes, that was a part failure for sure. So it just, we've said it on the show before. We have to, we've talked about this on the show before. Oh, I do too. This is a brand new race car. And we can test this thing until we're blue in the face, guys. We absolutely could. We could have tested this thing for another 3, 4, 5 years. At the end of the day, we're not going to start finding out where these little problems are going to start creeping up until we race the thing.
Yeah.
And now we're starting to race it. Now, obviously, there's probably some things that they're going to have to start looking at. But overall, the car, yes, there was some impacts that hurt the car and broke the car and took some guys out of the race. But I'll tell you what, one of the ones that I looked at that impressed me was the hit when Bulldozer ran over Recce and turned Recce into Bubba, and Recce plowed Bubba in the right front corner,
and took
and
his fender off.
and it ripped the fender off the car,
Still finished.
but still came home second. If that would have happened in a Gen 6 car, Bubba's day is over.
Yeah. I don't know if you've heard it. I didn't hear it till today. I reckon Mike Bagley made a comment on the um, broadcast, radio broadcast. Um, it was something in the Lord of, you just got pushy Joey'd. Talking about Kelowski. You just got pushy Joey. So,
And
I,
Michael, I see that face getting a little redder. The steam's starting to build up over there a little bit.
we're not done talking about
Well, yeah,
Penske.
we're not done talking about Penske yet.
I mean,
NASCAR.
51.
Yeah, you're right.
They did.
NASCAR confiscates wheels of RFK and Penske wheels. So basically, they, confiscated a wheel, and it was for that spot where
Nope,
the lug
not
nut.
that spot. Back, you got the wrong side of the wheel. You need the other side of the wheel.
Well, I never known of a tire to win a race or lose a race because of performance of it, other than that braking.
All right, I'm gonna pop this up here for you, Michael. All right.
Okay.
Modifications to a next gen single source vendor supplied. This is what a L2 penalty is. All right. As you can see, I have to take that off. That is the penalty options that is NASCAR has to deem what they want to do. Me and Matt has probably come up 75 points. I don't know if they'll do anything with the playoff this early, being race one.
We're both thinking it's going to be on the low end of the L2 penalties is what it's going to be. And so that's going to be 75 points. I'm pretty sure it's going to be 75 points, and I'm pretty sure somebody's going to be sitting at home for 4 weeks.
Now they could come out and say, yeah, you won the race, but it don't count towards playoffs.
Here's the deal, and Willie and I talked about this before the show, but this is my own personal opinion on it. Whether anybody else agrees with it or not, it's totally up to you. But NASCAR basically came out in January and said, do not mess with the parts supplied for this next gen car. Do not do it, because we will drop the hammer. Now, the story is that Penske and Roush Fenway Keselowski Racing brought their concerns about the drive pins on the backside of the wheels to NASCAR. And they said, we are concerned because of some gouging or something like that. We're concerned that this is going to prevent the wheels from going on safely. We're going to lose tires, blah, 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 blah. And they said they talked to NASCAR about it. And I'm like, good for you guys. You talked to NASCAR about it. I'm happy you guys talked to NASCAR about it. The problem or the rub comes from NASCAR did not tell them, yeah, okay, we see the problem. Go ahead and modify the wheel to make sure that there isn't going to be a problem. That was not approved. They went ahead, they modified the wheels anyway. They did not have NASCAR's blessing. Therefore, I'm sorry, take that big freaking mallet and you're going to have to drop the hammer on them, because at the end of the day,
I don't see anything happening.
No.
Yeah, they're going to make an example of them. Guaranteed.
Marty's got a good point here. When did Formula One take over NASCAR? I kind of agree with him. We are taking Formula One stuff. Only thing we don't have Formula One that Formula One has and NASCAR don't is in race stewards, right? Where if they have a wreck, hey, got a 10-second penalty. That's the only thing we're starting to get a little bit of F1 in there. But that you've got to drop the hammer if this is race one. If you don't, well, you got to. I mean, I
We're
thought it was
4 hours from Wednesday and nothing's had to come out yet.
And that's where my concern is with it, Michael, because what I think it is because Penske's involved and they were the ones that won the 500. They don't want to drop the hammer on the 2-car until some of the splendor has gone away. Listen, I'm not going to
Stick it
take away
under
from
the
the fact.
rug, put it away.
I'm telling you right
Bust the
now.
next guy.
I totally agree with you, Michael. But I totally agree with you, Michael. Them winning the race had nothing to do with the wheels. No. Like, I think we all can agree. They won the race fair and square. That had nothing to do with the wheels. The problem is, yeah, and I agree with Daniel on this
I
one. I
agree
don't
with
know.
that one.
I don't know if they'll do that or not. But at the end of the day, you can bring up all the concerns that you want to NASCAR. You can. The teams are allowed to do that. But until NASCAR says you can modify the wheel because, yes, we agree with you, you can't do it. Not the way that the rule book's written.
Yeah.
And
It
so,
specifically said in L2 no modifications. They modified it so it fits the crime. Now it depends. It don't. Here's the thing that I'm struggling with. This right here don't say performance or safety. It just says any modifications.
yes, there's nothing in there that specifies performance, safety, anything. It's any modification.
Yeah. So
And at the end of the day, they modified. They modified and they were not approved to do it.
I did hear that it might be towards the end of the week.
Well, I don't agree with you, Daniel. So it's still thin ice.
Well,
hey, unfortunately, I think NASCAR is going to have to set an example here, and it's. I don't think it's going to be good. I just don't. I think it's going to be.
no,
You know,
I don't
I mean,
know.
Marty's right about this too, right? Saturday night, you get caught, you done.
100%. I mean, I've seen guys get kicked
You
out.
know.
You know,
But let's be honest, guys. The wheels that Roush, Fenway, Keselowski, and Penske ran on Sunday in the 500 were legal wheels.
yes.
They were all legal wheels because I do know that the teams ended up having to source new wheels.
Yep.
They had to get new wheels brought down or sourced or whatever it was.
The problem we're going to have is how many of the actual Penske RFK wheels was actually faulty. If it was just one car, they just took all of them, or
yeah,
you know. While we had it at it here,
All right, man. Come on.
Blocky Joey not wrecks his primary, but also wrecks his backup, which puts him 2 cars down. Going to
well,
West
backup
Coast.
car wasn't wrecked too bad. It was a little hurt.
Now wait a
wasn't.
minute. Didn't I tell y'all that he was just getting some practice in? I mean, he didn't do it during the 500.
Yes, he did. He wrecked in the 500.
Well, that's
Well,
because
that wasn't his fault.
Yeah,
though.
that wasn't his fault.
That wasn't if he was involved
Somebody
in the wreck.
lost talent.
No, that was Reddick's broken toe link. That was that wreck.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that was a part failure.
Hey,
Unfortunately,
he
they
didn't
got him
get a
on that one.
chance to wreck somebody. Right?
He drove from the back to the front. So
He did.
Well, I
He
mean,
did.
what? Did you what? Say it
He
again.
did. We
Say-
did.
say from the back.
I ain't going to argue with you. He did. He absolutely did. He did a good job.
Hey, I just gotta say this. Y'all trashed me all weekend long, and I kept my mouth shut. I didn't come back with something silly or smart assy. And then Brad Keselowski turns old Burton, and you'd have thought we started World War III in the text chat. My God.
He hit the wrong damn car. He hit Burton, but Burton hit the wrong damn car for you, and then that just got me all pissed off. And I was,
yeah, it got a little testy in there for sure.
That Rainbow Warrior car took a hit. Right? Yeah, you thought hell froze over after that one.
Yeah, I got to
Ooh.
agree with this too. We did talk about this in the chat as well.
Yeah, I mean,
Boys, Chevy got a little bit of work to do on the super speedways.
but what did I say from the get go? And I called it way after qualifying. I said they've got single car speed. They're going to struggle in the 500, and they did.
And they did.
The
Yep.
only car that had any
Be
kind
right
of
back with you,
speed,
Otis.
Yep.
any car that had any kind of speed was the 43 car, and he was stuck by himself most of the race.
I wouldn't agree with you on that one. There was 43 car definitely moved up, but I'll also say the other car that was moving up because he started in the back too was a 24. The 24 did have speed because he ran up front, and when he wrecked, he was running third.
Yeah.
And he was moving up, and he was saying that like he felt the car was moving pretty good and everything like that. The problem is I don't think, we talked about this too, because it's like if the Chevy got out front and was pulling the train, they were fast. Like
Yeah.
they could pull the train no problem. But it was like, man, if they got even a little ways back in the train, it was like they struggled like hell to get back up front.
I'm gonna be honest with you, and this is my opinion. If Toyota ever gets as many cars as Fords, I think we're gonna have a problem on our hands.
Yeah, Chevy boys are.
Well, I'm just saying, them Toyotas, when they line up, they're gone.
Yep.
They work
Yep.
together so well, it's
Chevy
unbelievable.
Chevy got a lot of work to do. Let's
Well, I
just
mean,
be honest.
I mean,
Che-
a Chevy's drivers did. I don't know if they didn't get the message, but they did not work with each other at all. Right? Did not work together at all.
okay, Daniel, calm down there a little bit. I'm gonna have to reel you in here, boy.
Yeah, he's right. Uh,
And hmm
all right, gonna move on.
so we got
Didn't
some interesting things gonna happen there. We'll see what happens here tomorrow with the wheels and everything like
Yeah, I
that.
think it
But
comes out tomorrow. Austin Hill wins his debut with RCR. Did not see this one coming. Even after qualifying, they,
well,
they
I don't know though, because the RCR cars had speed. They
did
were
they
fast.
who did he qualify on pole?
No, he didn't qualify
No,
on pole, but he was in the top 10.
it was
Both him
Yeah.
Hemrick.
and the
Hemrick got the pole.
Hammer
Oh
got the
yeah,
pole.
he beat
Oh,
Scott Br-
that colleague car that we said would run good in super speedway racing. Hey, wait a minute. That 10 car was in the top 10.
Oh,
All right, you're back now. With that being said, now listen, I'm
Where was
not.
that 27 car? Damn, I can't remember where he was qualifying. 28, 29.
You really gonna talk about my boy Jeb? Listen, listen, listen.
I mean, I was like, man, I kept waiting for him to show up to the party for all that talking he was doing, and I
Wait a
never
second.
showed up.
Hold. What are you
Well,
talking about? He never.
he did show up at the end. He
Yeah, he was there, buddy. He
And then
was
he went
there.
bye bye.
Yeah,
I,
because his
I, I
teammate wrecked
I
the big
can't
one.
catch you no more.
No.
no his pastor
Yeah.
decided to wad up the field.
This right here was probably one of the nastiest wrecks NASCAR have seen since
Kyle
what?
Larson.
No, it wasn't Kyle Larson. It was Austin Dillon.
Well, I mean,
Larson's and Dillon's were both basically about the same. They were both
When did
bad though.
Larson have a bad wreck?
at Daytona.
Xfinity car Daytona 32
Yeah,
car. I
I
can't remember
don't
what year it was, but
know. Oh, here's this one.
Good job of it. Yeah, he's got to get to the top. The top's going to have the biggest energy here. 21's going to come with a huge shove.
They are 2 and 3 wide behind him.
Here
Crossover.
he
That's
comes.
Austin Hill in the 21. Big crash. Up and over.
ugh.
I'm gonna tell you, as a race fan, my heart stopped when I saw that. You know, I mean that kid right there is lucky.
Yep.
So
Hey, and all he came out of it was a sore foot. So testament to NASCAR keeping these cars safe and everything like that. I mean, the one replay, if you look at it, ugh, damn.
there's nothing left.
Nope, that one probably heading straight for Junior's graveyard. I'll bet.
100%. Junior was probably talking to Jordan Anderson immediately after that happened. I want that car and I want it delivered Monday morning.
In actual fact, boys, it is at R&D.
I figure that's where it'd be at. Would be
Yeah,
there.
it's at R&D right now. There was
Well, you,
our
you know, well, you know, NASCAR's got an R&D center right outside Daytona, right?
yeah. Well, it's at that's where it is. It's at R&D. That's what they said that the car is
I
that
wonder
it's
why
at
they went to.
R&D.
I mean, I could see. I mean, the car did its job, right?
Yeah.
In all honesty, the car did its job on tearing into keeping the
Well,
center section and
the
tearing
tub
the.
the tub did its job. The clips did its job. I mean, the thing that just amazed me is if you look at those, I think it's the slow mo replay of that wreck, and you
I'm with you on
see,
that one.
oh,
Yeah, it scared me to
but
death.
you
Yep.
see Matt Mills in that 5 car coming through, and if you watch, you can see the motor and transmission assembly start rolling down the track, and Matt Mills creamed it. He wasn't going to hit nothing else, and he hit that motor and transmission, and it totally bunched the whole front of his car up. And I heard that he radioed the team, and he says, "I don't know what I just hit." And they radioed him and said that was an engine.
That was it was nasty, you know. To see him walk away, what NASCAR's done with
Oh,
safety wise was phenomenal. Because I'm gonna tell you
yeah,
something, I really thought we was about to have another Ryan Newman deal. You know, better get your white stuff out. You know, block it off. But immediately you saw him moving around. I'm like, really? Which I mean, it was great to see.
car did its job. The
Car,
car did its job.
but in all honesty, that race was calm. You know,
I
I
mean,
think it was calmer than I think it was calmer than the Cup race.
let's be honest. It's a good thing that it happened on the last lap because if that wouldn't have been the last lap,
You probably would have
we
saw
would
it
have been
again.
for a really long red flag, or they would have had to call the race.
They did call the race for it was last year at Day. It was Daytona truck race. They called the race. Grant Enfinger was leading. Somebody caught the fence
Yep.
and they
Well,
called the race.
it would have taken. It took them hours to fix it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys saw the picture or not, but Michael Jordan's
Yes.
bus,
Yeah. Called
a
a
chunk of frickin' upper control arm stuck in the grill of his bus.
the radiator, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. In the grill. Didn't go through the radiator, but it was stuck in the grill, and it was a chunk of the upper control arm.
Did you also see that he must have rented the whole area because there wasn't nobody around him?
Nope.
Yeah.
Not, I mean, that's your $1 million row right there.
Yep.
That's your $1 million row, and there's nobody around him.
Yep.
So
No,
that to me said he rented the whole area. He didn't want to be around nobody.
could be, but let's really happy he was safe and everything like that. I mean, overall, the Xfinity race was a pretty good race overall. I think.
Yeah, it was a good race. Rating the races 1 to 3, what was the best race of all? Trucks Xfinity Cup.
Probably Xfinity Cup trucks is what I'd go.
Michael.
Yeah. Xfinity, Cup, truck.
Yeah, I think we're all. I think we're. I think I would put Cup in front of Xfinity. Truck. They was more calmer than I would think. I mean, you know, than I would think they would be. I
Cup,
thought.
Cup. I'm still not satisfied with the package.
No, I
I don't
mean,
think they got the package quite right yet. I
and I was with a.
I
I was.
know that they've. I know that they've said, they got the 510 horsepower package and all this other kind of stuff, but I think the problem is that if they're going to use the 510 horsepower package, they either got to take some more drag out of the car, or they got to give them a little bit more horsepower because these guys need a little bit of, you know, I don't like the fact whenever you're racing a car, I don't like the fact that the only way you can make a line move or you can make a move is that you got to be basically hammered onto the guy's rear bumper in front of you and pushing the hell out of them.
I was with a call. I heard a caller on Dave Moody's show says they need to give them at least another 20 horsepower to make a move because in order to pass, just like you said, in order to pass, you had to basically be buck drafting the whole time.
Yep.
And so,
I would like to. I would
he's
like
going
to
with
see
trucks.
them.
He's going with the cup race third. He thought the truck race was better. Hey,
I don't know. The
It
truck
was.
race I
It
found
was. I mean, it was
it was
racy, but
good.
there
It was
could have been a
good,
lot
but
more wrecks by the way they were getting loose down there on the bottom.
yeah.
A lot of good saves.
I,
yeah,
I just think the cup package needs a they could use. I would like to see it where the guys are able to use the air more to push the cars and be able to make it give them some runs.
yeah.
I want to see. I want to see more of the old school, like Marty said, right? I want to see some of the more old school drafting where they're using the air to push each other around and where they can manipulate the air to make those passes and stuff like that.
Just don't go back to the package where there was a bubble and you couldn't get to the rear bumper because of that
Right.
bubble.
Right. It's just I think they got to modify it a little bit where it's like these guys got to be able to use the air to push
The
each
one
other
thing that
around.
I heard from several drivers, the side drafting, it hurts you more than helps you. The side
Yes.
draft
You heard
hurts
that.
you.
The side draft was way more not beneficial than beneficial in the cup race.
Yep. All right. What we got next? Of course, Zane Smith won the truck race. Um, on a little nugget here, Loves went back to back in February at Daytona for actual points races.
Yep.
Yes.
You had Michael McDowell winning the Daytona 500, and the first actual points race, not the duels, first actual points race. You had the Love's trucks going to victory lane. Pretty neat.
Yep.
I think it's pretty neat. Of course, Love's ain't going to be on the 34 every week now, so that'll be different to see.
I will say this though, Michael McDowell had a really good 500.
I mean,
He did.
they paced the field. They
Yep.
paced the practice.
Unfortunately, he lost his car, but he got tore up in
Yeah,
that last lap wreck pretty bad.
Now, wasn't David Gillen? Ain't he a teammate to McDowell, or is he with another team?
no.
No.
Well, yeah,
No.
no. You're talking about David Mc.
Yeah, his boy.
Yes, Todd
Todd
is
is, yes.
yeah teammate
Yep.
to
Yep.
the 34. Front row still owns that car, which or front row owns that truck, right?
Yes.
So Gilland just run it last year. Still
Overall,
surprising.
overall, Daytona basically gave me what I was looking for.
Yep.
But that really it did.
We only have one, I mean, we only have one off week, the whole 36 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be a grind to the season. I mean, you only got that one off week in July. I think July. I think we had an off week in
Yeah, I
July.
think there's an off week in July. Yep.
So we got one off week. We're going to wait for this penalty to come out. So I mean,
Drop the hammer on Penske. I'd love to see it.
yeah. So
He's the captain.
huh?
He's the captain.
Hey, this ain't IndyCar. He don't own NASCAR, so just saying.
Love to see it on Penske. Really love to see it against Keselowski, just
Won't
because I'm bitter at him.
Something's got to happen. Something's got to happen.
It will. It will. Not too concerned about it.
So, all right, our next show will be Tuesday. Next Tuesday, the 20. What is it? Help me out.
First.
March 1st.
And
Be
his
our
first.
next show. Um, I open the little Willie's short track tour next weekend at Clarksville. That's where I'm going to be going first to
I thought you
kind
said
of.
it was this weekend.
Nope, Clarksville Toilet Bowl is next week. Um, what? Well done, really?
Well done.
Yeah, I used to like my steaks well done. But basically, what I'm going to be doing is going down there Friday and Saturday, touring the pits, talking to some drivers. I might reach out to a couple drivers this week to see if we can't get them on for next week's show. Go ahead.
Devin Moran ended up picking up the Gator Nationals or whatever it's called down there. He won the championship.
Now we sit and wait to see if he's going to run for points.
I'll tell you what, right now he's sure holding a hot wheel.
Yes. If my opinion, if he's not your number one in power ranking, something is wrong. Which I know he's not number one in power rankings, but um, back to the Clarksville thing, they got a 7,500 to win. Super late model race on Saturday. I think it's 1,500 on, no, 3,000 to win on Friday. It'll be a ton of cars in the pits for Saturday because there's 3,000 to win for 604 crates and modifieds.
Yep.
The true modifieds. By the way, Michael.
All right. So Fontana. What are we expecting out of Fontana, boys?
Yeah, I want y'all's picks results from last week.
Yes. Yes.
I won the truck race. Matt won the Xfinity and Cup.
All right.
Oh yeah, and fantasy. Yeah.
And I finished second.
Yep.
And fantasy?
Yep.
I thought Jerry Klein finished second.
Nope.
You sure?
Yep.
Wait a second. Hold up. Wait a
Jerry
minute.
finished third. I finished second to Matt. Matt had 182. I had 173. Jerry had 168, tied with Daniel for third with 168. Davey Lamont fifth with 154. Zach Adams was sixth with 149. Willie seventh with 130 points. Keith 27 was eighth with 122 points, and Jeremy Klein was ninth with 85.
Well, I tell you what, I bet Jeremy ain't happy. That's I bet 100 he's not happy. We are playing for a trophy this year. Jerry's Muffler and Tires picking up the tab on the trophy. So I guess the new fantasy name is going to be called Jerry's Muffler and Tire. So,
There you
go. We've got a pretty cool trophy coming out, and I'm not yet ready to reveal it yet because it might come with the name of the whole deal we got going.
So Fontana, what are we expecting with the new car out of Fontana there, Michael?
I don't know.
I think you might see a little bit closer racing.
Don't worry, Marty. You got plenty of time to get in there. I'll share the link again.
I could share it in the comments now if you would like.
Yeah, go ahead. And
share it. Here was something that went under the radar, and I don't know if you guys were aware of this or not, and I don't 100% know why they did it.
Can't get in there.
We have resin applied at Fontana this week.
Why?
For the love of God, stop doing that crap.
They have put resin on the track, and I was like, are you serious?
Let me guess. The high lane?
I don't know. Apparently, NASCAR's put resin on the track. And I'm like, I don't know why in the world you need to put resin on the track at friggin' Fontana.
That beats me.
I'm baffled. I'm totally baffled by it. Let's be honest. If we're going to have loose wheels and all that other kind of stuff, this is going to be the weekend because literally, once you put 2 laps on the tires, if the caution comes out, you better be coming down and getting another set of 4.
Yep. 100%. All right, we're going to do picks.
All right. So, who overall was last week?
No, they didn't change the track
They ground the
Marty,
track. They ground some of the bumps, apparently.
yes, and it going to a half mile is to be determined. They don't know if they're going to do that yet.
Sadly, it was Willie.
Captain Slow.
Captain Slow.
All right, we're doing Xfinity and
Yep. So
Um,
you're up first for Xfinity.
all right. Hang on.
Oh, hang on. I gotta get ready here.
Now wait a minute. Before I go any further on this spreadsheet, are we keeping points on this?
No.
Okay.
No, just doing it
Alright.
for giggles here.
Just whoever finished worst out of the three of us, basically. Yeah.
Alright, so I'm in no danger of getting the makeup back out and being a clown anytime soon then, correct?
Oh, we'll just do that for Crown Jewels.
Mm.
Yeah,
Mm.
just letting you
Well,
know.
hang on then. Daytona was a crown jewel, so where's the wig there, Willie?
It's lost. It's lost. All right.
What about the hog's hat? We could see the hog's hat.
Man, how about them hogs? They just Florida.
I mean, Florida's a gimme. Come on,
Florida
Florida.
is no gimme.
Come on, Florida. Man, I don't want to hear that
They
crap.
just
Well,
beat Auburn.
Listen, we already know, Willie, that your money's in trouble after the bet you made last weekend. You're already up the creek.
Jeb top 10. Whoo, I kind of like it. Yes. Yeah. All right. My Xfinity pick is, you know what? I am going RCR back-to-back Sheldon Creed.
You son of a bitch.
I knew it. So who would be
Yeah.
next there, Michael?
That would be me. And
Can't go Sheldon Creed.
no. Let's see. Who am I gonna go with?
Tell you what, them Iron Motorsports cars is going to be strong. Just let you know.
I think I'm gonna go with. Whoa.
The day that he picks Jeb Wharton to win a race is the day that hell froze over.
Who?
Michael.
I'm actually gonna go with Jade Barford,
Buford?
Dave Buford?
whatever his name is.
Really?
Listen.
Oh my
Listen.
God! Why would you guys leave this guy on the table for me? Holy!
Listen. Wait a second. Hold up before you do your pick. Jade's a road racer. Okay. Yeah, he was fast at Daytona. We're talking about Daytona here.
He
okay?
was fast last year at Nashville too.
Well, I guarantee you that Scotty put all the money in the world in Nashville. That's where he's based out of. Scott Borsetta's a Nashville guy, so he better show up coming ready for bear at Nashville. But I'm not saying they might have stepped their program up. I think you reached a little bit. Just saying.
Well,
all right,
you guys don't even got the make right.
don't even. What?
Ty Gibbs is going to win at Fontana.
Look here. Listen, I will never pick Ty Gibbs. Never.
Well, then that's why you're Captain Slow and you ain't going to win much.
I don't know. All right, Cup Series.
You're up, Willie.
Oh, I don't know if I want to go. Are we doing? Can we pick multiple drivers throughout the year? Are we only doing?
Yes, just pick. None of us can pick the same guy the same week, but
Okay.
you can pick.
I'll take. I'll take Willie B.
Who?
William Byron. You son of a bitch. You just kissed the death him. Son of a bitch.
Exactly what I wanted.
All
Thank
right,
you.
for me, I am going to go with.
Okay, well, this is what Keith's going with.
Austin Dillon.
To a
Oh my
22.
God, really? You guys left him on the frickin' table again?
You're going with Austin. We just said we can pick the same guy week after week after week. And you're going with Austin Dillon?
I thought you said we couldn't pick him but once.
No, we can pick whoever you want.
That.
The only thing we can't do is that if I pick Austin Dillon, you can't pick Austin Dillon. Or if Captain Slow there picks Jeb Burton, then you and I can't pick Jeb
So,
Burton.
am I writing in
It's
Larson
never going to
for
be a
you?
problem. For me?
Yeah.
No.
He going Denny Hamlin.
No.
I don't know who's going to pick them.
Candyman.
Wow.
Kyle Busch
At Fontana?
at Fontana.
He's not good at Fontana.
He's won at Fontana.
Wait a hold up here. Wait a second. Racing reference.
He won at Fontana in 19, I think, or 18. We know Bowman won in 20. I just got a feeling about the
There you
Candyman. So there you go. Josh, if you're still watching the show, I picked your boy. He better not let me down. And Willie just gave my guy the kiss of death. You freaking... You're going to get your ass wrecked tomorrow just for that.
Oh, I can't find it.
Marty White, was you able to get into that link?
All right. So we got the picks in. We think it's going to be an interesting race.
Yes, sir. Yes, it's going to be an interesting race. I think that you're going to have to see some cautions. You're still going to see some part failures early. I think you're,
I think we're going to see some engine failures.
Hey, send him
Alright.
yeah, you might have to send him the link.
It's right there on our front page. I think you have it pinned, don't you, Willie?
Yes, it is. It is.
I'll look.
Yeah.
So anyway,
no, it's not. It's not posted.
okay, we'll get it. We'll get it posted right after the show.
Yep.
Okay, we got two more things we got to do tonight. iRacing update. This is painful. He's
Go ahead and say it.
Painful.
Go ahead and say it.
Willie 4th, Matt 6th at Daytona.
I finished 4th. I should have won it. Just wasn't aggressive. I'd like, look, I want to take the 4th.
No, he had one of them R Motorsports motors in there, and he needed a little help to get up front.
Listen. All right, you're stepping over the line here, okay? All right. Your guy needs to stay in the Cup Series. You don't have a dog in Xfinity, okay? Listen.
Who a dog in Xfinity? Who would you like me to get as a dog in Xfinity?
I don't know, but
that sucks. Penske don't have a car in there no more.
You know who I'm cheering for in Xfinity this year? And I know he's going to outrun Jeb, do circles around
Here we
him.
go.
Josh Berry.
Boy, he's got best money can buy.
I thought you was fixing to say Castle.
Ooh.
I was waiting for it.
Well, we know Castle's going to win a race before Jeb, but we're
no way. No way.
Oh yeah.
Landon Castle was a joke in the 10 car. A joke.
Top 10 in qualifying at Daytona.
It's qualified. All right. We're going off a race. We're going off a race now.
He was running right there with your boy and got caught up in the same wreck as him.
Listen, now we're going to Daytona. Or not Daytona, but now we're going to Fontana. Now we're going to see who the driver is.
All right. So you're going to tell me that 10 car's not going to outrun
No,
27?
no, no way.
$10.
Oh heck! What are you really
10
doing now?
bucks. $10. The 10 outruns the 27 at Fontana.
Nope, ain't gonna happen.
Are we doing this?
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Yep.
What do you think about that one, Mr. Commissioner? Who are you back? Which horse are you backing?
I'm gonna
Use your
stay out of
words.
this.
Use your words wisely. Use your words wisely. All right. So I finished. Fourth. Maddie over there finished sixth.
And may have caused the big one.
Yeah, he was. He was the bulldozer Matt.
Oh,
Sunday.
you were Brad, huh?
Yes.
I had my Brad moment. Yeah. Unfortunately, down the back straightaway, I hooked the
Listen.
first place car a little bit
Listen.
wrong on the bump draft, and well, it kind of turned out bad.
Here's his motto when he's going into the race. We're gonna ride in the back. Hey, if they get a little hairy, we're gonna slide back. I want to stay within a second of them. By lap 15, he's ready to run up front. Right?
He had my mentality, didn't he?
He had your
We ain't
mentality.
riding. We're going.
Right.
Well, we rode,
I
but
rode.
then what ended up happening is, Willie, it happened is that it was like lap 7, wasn't it? There was that Kendall got loose on the inside,
Yes.
and it broke the whole freaking pack up.
Yep.
And
We
then
was
all of a sudden,
going-
Willie and I were like 5 seconds back of the main pack, and I'm like, well, this ain't gonna work.
We was going 50 seconds. 50 seconds in the draft, and they were running 47s up front. We was losing 3 seconds a lap.
Well, they were running double wide. I don't know what the heck was going on. It was like, what the heck are you guys doing?
No.
So after that happened, then I said, well, I'll ride behind the main pack, and that's basically what I did.
I didn't even have to use my fast repair. Kept my stuff clean. That 37 machine was clean. Ooh, it's clean. Can't wait. North Wilkesboro this week.
Wrong. It was not clean at the end of the race. It was a little tore up at the end of the race.
No, yeah, because I got wrecked.
Yep, you were wrecked.
I didn't cause it. All right.
Nope, you didn't.
North Wilkesboro this week.
I'll be making a return,
All right.
and we're gonna jump back into the dirt car and
We're
try
jumping
to.
back. Jumping into
Are
the
you guys sure it starts this week in that dirt car thing?
24th.
Yep, starts this week. I thought it was last week when we started.
24th. Gonna jump in. We're gonna jump into the old 37 604 crate. See what we got. Where we got Lernerville at first.
Now we're at Volusia.
Volusia.
God, I hate that track.
Yeah, not my favorite either. So yeah, we're at
No.
Wilkesboro this week. So I'll be running up front. Mike will be running up front. We'll be lapping Willie in about 30 laps.
You know, put 10 on that.
No, because I know for sure. If I say that,
I'm gonna
lap
lap you both.
27, lap 27, I'm gonna come around and you're gonna. If I start lapping you, you're just gonna spin me out, put me in the fence.
You're probably right. You're probably
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
Probably right. All right.
One more. You can't forget it because it's your favorite part of the show.
What's that? Best and worst of the week. Lead us off there, Maddie.
No, you're gonna lead us off this week because I mean I can tell you're red as a hen, so I've already pissed you off. So this ought to be good. Worst of the week might go to me this week for all I know.
No, worst of the week ain't gonna give you. Worst of the week is got to be how easy the cars rolled over with Harrison Burton. I didn't like that. Still need some work. I think we need a lot of work. You know, because you have to be honest. We're going to go faster speeds at Fontana than we are at Daytona.
Yep.
So if that car gets sideways, is it going to flip again? That's my concern. That's my worst of the week. That's that feeling you get when somebody gets sideways. Is that car going to go over? Best of the week, got to give it to Austin Hill. I mean, winning in your debut with a new team. And I don't know, has he got a Xfinity start? Yes, he does. He got it with a Tory Racing. Um, that's my best of the week. Congrats to him. And it's your turn, Matty.
All right. So my best of the week overall for a brand new race car. I was pretty happy with what I saw. I thought it delivered okay racing. It wasn't let's put it this way. We're not talking about how like it was the COT debut because we all remember how that one went over.
Well,
That put on one of the worst races at Bristol I think we had ever seen. And this car, was it the best Daytona I've ever seen? No, it wasn't.
it was the prettiest weather I've ever seen.
Yeah, well, that's because you
Yeah.
weren't there. But hey,
Stay out of
whatever.
there.
Stay out of Daytona, and then the weather stays good.
Guess what? July, Daytona. I need an infield tent spot. Thank you. All right.
Yeah, well, going to pour rain again. So overall, I'm pretty happy. Could it be better? Absolutely, it could be better. And Keith just put it here: sellout crowd, and a lot of the drivers commented on it.
Yes.
Energy level down there was huge.
Ooh, I missed this one. Ooh, I missed this one. Amen.
I'll do 20.
I'll keep it at 10.
Yeah, because you're not confident enough to go to 20.
I am confident. I just won't keep it at 10.
Worst of the week. Brad K. Has to be Brad
Really?
K. You can't be a bulldozer. I mean, listen. Reckie Stenhouse Jr. did not need his title taken away from him. And Brad, you are now the new Reckie of the super speedways. And I just think Brad the bulldozer fits him well. So, Brad, you are now the new bulldozer of the super speedway races in Cup. And that probably just earned me a spin on Wednesday night in the Xfinity practice race.
Probably.
Michael, best and worst of the week for you?
Well, I got two worst. Number one is the ARCA series and the way that they end races with the green and white going out at the same time. And I don't know who I want to choose second, but it could be you two, or it could be Bubba Wallace. But I think
Don't you talk. Look, Bubba cost me $400.
Oh, that's right. That could have been best of the week for me.
Well, Bubba Wallace is getting the second nominee for being a crybaby after the race. When he had a perfectly good shot of winning that race and did not drop down quick enough to win the race. My best of the week, Penske, baby.
Hey,
winning the 500.
Hey, congrats for Cindric pulling a Joey Logano move and wrecking a teammate. 2 Daytonas, 500. 2 Daytona 500 in a row. 2 teammates take each other out. Bravo.
Hey,
Bravo.
at least they got the checkered flag this time. Last time they only got was a wadded up bunch of metal.
Did they ever do a Ryan Blaney interview afterwards? I never caught one.
He's a little hot.
Yeah.
He was happy the Penske won, but he was a little hot that he was wrecked.
I'm all Penske, but I am not all Cindric.
Yeah, I figured.
Let me tell you something. Cindric is going to be probably one of the most hated drivers in the Cup garage. His cockiness is too much.
Whoa. Time out. That's a requirement to drive for Penske.
Blaney ain't cocky.
See?
Blaney is not cocky.
No.
Blaney needs to get away from Penske, and he will do just fine.
Yeah, well, there might be a seat open soon at Roush Keselowski Racing soon.
I mean, unless Brad comes out. I'm gonna tell you something. I see Blaney going over to RFK if Brad pops out of the seat.
Well, I mean, you never know. They could start a third car.
Well, one, Blaney's under contract for another 4 or 5 years, I think. Think it,
Blaney's
Yeah,
going to be at Penske for a long time.
yeah.
he'll retire from there probably.
Yeah, probably.
Ugh, my goodness. But
But yeah, I mean, it is a requirement. You're going to drive at Penske. You do have to drive like a prick every once in a while.
yeah. And Michael, they did say they was going to come and race the 22 car in Xfinity a couple races this year.
Yeah,
Good.
see. And let's put it this way: he threw his freaking Hans device at your boy there at the Clash.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
your boy deserved it at that one. So
All American 400 is one of the most prestigious races of them all, right there, son.
your
Of
boy in
them
the
all.
43 absolutely deserved that Hans getting thrown at him because he flat out ran over the 12.
Fourth. Hey, finished fourth. That's all that matters. He finished fourth.
Where did he finish at Daytona?
He got wrecked.
But who won the Clash?
Huh?
Yeah, who won the Clash? Who won the
Yeah.
Clash?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Where did 22 end up at?
Who's the only team that's won with the next gen
Penske.
car so far?
Penske. Say it louder. Penske.
Oh, I like that.
That's good.
Yeah. They was
Well, it ain't going to be Penske this weekend. I can tell you that
no,
much.
It's gonna
No.
be it's gonna be oh
Well, you probably tanked your freaking pick.
it's gonna be a bow tie. And I
Well,
hate to say it's gonna be
I'm hoping it's Byron but
well, I'm
now
sure
that you
you are.
you just gave him the damn kiss of death with your
Well-
damn pick because you have a tendency to do that.
I ain't gonna say this on the show, but after the show, I'm gonna tell you something, Matt, about your driver.
Oh hell! Hey, he had a pretty good day run there at New Smyrna.
Yeah.
He was in best equipment money can buy.
Still won.
Well, that's probably one of the hardest. Well, no, I don't know if no. Ricky Brooks ain't at New Smyrna no more. I would say Ricky Brooks, if he was there, Ricky Brooks probably find 4 or 5 cars cheating somehow. But no, he wasn't
Could be.
there. I'm gonna tell you something. That was probably when I went to Daytona the past 2 years. That was my most funnest time going to New Smyrna, and this year would probably have been awesome because of the car count.
Yep.
But
So
we watched
I'm
it.
going to be $10 richer after next weekend. And Michael, how much richer are you going to be?
I ain't got no money on it.
No, you still got that second part of that bet you're going to win.
Which is, you have to.
What the heck was it? The one Arkansas beats. It was a 2-part
Oh
deal.
yeah, when they beat
Yeah.
Kentucky Saturday.
Yeah, when they beat Kentucky Saturday, and you're going to end up getting, I think it's what, $30, I think, on that
20,
one?
20.
20. So,
Yeah, bring them little kittens into Fayetteville and get smacked around.
yep. And
We'll
I
see.
seen Willie's back in John's deal for his
Yep.
race pool.
That thing filled up quick.
It
I
did,
didn't even
and
have a chance to say
I'm
that it was
pretty
filled up.
positive Willie's gonna come out of there, and he's probably gonna end up getting Bubba again, and that's probably not gonna work out well for him.
I can tell you, Daytona was a crapshoot, but if you ain't got the top 10 guys in qualifying, you just gave him a $20 donation.
Hey, I tell you what, I thought Kyle Larson I was just a donation, and then he started showing up there at the end. I thought, heck yeah, here we go. And then it went up and showered sparks, and it was like, oh well.
There's your donation.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, I think if he wanted to, he could have 2.
Your race picks at Daytona in the race pool, they're basically a lottery anyway.
Yeah.
Yep.
This week here, you better get lucky and make it to the end.
Well, all right, fellas. I think that's what we'll call her a night. We'll see how we made out on our picks next week at Fontana. We'll see the huge penalty that Penske and RFK got coming tomorrow. And Michael's going to be eating his own words on that one. And Willie's going to be out a
Whooping
whole bunch of
first.
money. And life will be good. So,
Yeah, I'll send you $10 and it'll be $15 Canadian.
damn right it will be.
Hey, just do not support no blockade and get your funds froze there, boss.
Nope. I don't say a word on social media anymore because basically you say anything on social media, the government's going to say, nope, we're going to take your money.
Yep.
That's unreal.
It is. It's
Come
not good.
on over. Come on over.
Yeah, it's getting more tempting every day,
If
boys.
this ain't enough for y'all, enough motivation for y'all to move, I don't know what else will.
So, all right,
Trust-
guys, we're back next Tuesday, 8 p.m. 8 p.m. Central is our time weekly. Gonna have the results from Fontana
and Willie with a whole bunch of egg on his face.
Yeah, probably. And we're gonna be probably try to get a couple of dirt guys to come on the show for next week and preview the toilet bowl. So
Sounds good. All right, fellas. Have a
all
good
right,
one.
see
See
y'all.
ya.
See ya.